Hello and welcome back to PlayStation Access. My name is Dave and I'm joined today by Hollie.
Hey everyone.
And Hollie, every time I speak to you these days, it's because you've been playing something that's made me incredibly jealous, and today it's Rime.
Yeah, sorry everyone, but I did get hands-on with Rime. This is actually me playing, and I have to admit, Jackson, you've done one of the best editing jobs on this because the game is already beautiful, but you have really excelled yourself because this video is visually a treat.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It was incredibly easy because you're absolutely right. The game is really beautiful and the environments are they feel quite varied, and there's a day and night cycle, which, I mean, just everything is a joy to behold all the time. The art style's incredible. It
really, really is. So what we're showing you today, so there have already been some Rime previews up. I think IGN did a look, but this is actually past that bit, and we're showing you more of that world and more of a new world as well.
Yeah, so that's exciting. So this, you had, about an hour with the game? This is the sort of the first hour of your playthrough?
Yeah, it is actually. It's really, so Rime is a puzzle game. I almost want to call it The Witness in third person. Would that make sense?
Yeah, I get that, and I mean, I can see there's sort of similarities in the art style and how vibrant the world is, but then at the same time, I guess there's lots of differences, and I think The Witness might sound kind of scary to people, and its puzzles were quite mechanical, whereas the puzzles here are quite different. And you've got a little friend, right?
Yeah, the little foxy friend. So the fox is kind of your guide through the world. And while I was playing, the developers from Tequila Works did say that he will also sometimes appear. So if you're getting a bit lost or a bit stuck in a puzzle, he might appear to be like, hint, hint. I don't know if anyone's played the modern remake of Myst, which was like one of the most classic puzzle games in the world, but it has like a hint button in it that you can press. Yeah. This is kind of like a built-in hint button. He's sort of helping you lead the way, but he won't solve puzzles for you. He's not that good.
No, it's really smart because as you say, he can't solve the puzzles. He literally just goes to a place and barks, but often that's enough to draw your attention to something, or just lead you in a certain direction. And it's just nice to have a friend, isn't it, in a world, because he is ultimately, the character is just a boy in this big world, and who knows what's going on. Yeah, exactly. The game actually doesn't have any dialogue at all. Oh, really?
There's no words. So the game environment and the music, and there are little snippets of story, and I think we see something a bit later on. That's how it tells its entire story. It is through just the world and the colour and the emotion, and it's so clever.
Yeah, and a big part of exploring that world is the traversal, which I didn't really I hadn't fully grasped until I saw your gameplay. And there's loads of traversal, and the boy's really athletic, and he's climbing and jumping, and I really like how vertical the world is.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised. I knew Rime was a puzzle game, and I knew that was its really, really big thing, but I had no idea that even getting from A to B required some thought of looking around, and you're a bit stuck, and then you see that ledge and you go up there, and then you realize that's what the next part of the puzzle is. And it's a really gentle movement as well. It's not, we're not going full Tomb Raider.
Yes.
But it is definitely a mechanic that has been well thought about and put into the game.
Yeah, and I don't think, there's not any danger. That the thought isn't, you're not meant to be worried that you're going to die, will I make this jump? It's not that kind of thing. But it's just a nice way of exploring the world and sort of introducing you to some of the puzzles and things. That's what I think anyway. And speaking of the world, this is just a sort of nice introduction to it. And this is an open world game.
Yes.
Right? I mean, you can go to all the places you can see on the screen.
Yeah, so everything you can see now, this is a great shot for it as well, you can go to, and you will traverse, and you will explore, and there will be a puzzle. This is one of the puzzles you saw at the beginning. You saw me shouting into a little statue, but it didn't work. I had to shout at all the statues simultaneously. So our foxy friend sort of led us on a path and gave us the idea that actually we need to trigger all three of these towers as like an echo chamber.
That's just one of the ways of solving puzzles, isn't it, as well? That's something I was impressed with. We'll come on to puzzles in a bit, but the boy he shouts at things. That's one of the things he can do. He can also pick stuff up, as you're seeing here. So it introduces you to these different things quite gently.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of the first level, but this is not sort of the tutorial world. So The mechanics are simple. You can pick things up with square. If you hold square, you can throw them. Triangle to shout. Circle as well as you're seeing it now and interact.
Yeah.
It's not trying to confuse you, and it's not trying to make you feel inferior intellectually.
Yeah.
Which sometimes puzzle games can do, and that's why people get put off. But this world is so beautiful that even though you might struggle with a puzzle, you can just appreciate this environment they've made.
Yeah. And how did you find the puzzling? Did you find it? Are you much of a puzzle gamer anyway?
I'm not the smartest, Jackson.
I disagree.
I'm definitely not. I'm not the brightest button in the box. I will admit, though, playing this level while you're on the sofa with a member of Tequila Works and their PR, and they're watching you and they're not giving you any help.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure you can hear them drawing breath.
Yeah.
It was horrible. But actually, I'd spend a good couple of minutes on each puzzle, but sometimes they just click and you have that beautiful eureka moment of, I get it.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah, and it's there is some sort of trial and error of finding out, but I as I said, I think it introduces you the mechanics. I love this, by the way. This is my favourite.
Oh my
thing.
God! Now I love a day-night cycle, by the way.
Yeah.
This, well, I mean, the guys from Tequila Works were laughing because my face, I just fell apart. I was like, oh my God, I can initiate a day-night cycle. Look at those stars.
I mean, when your day-night cycle is as beautiful as the one in Rime. I kind of hope this was almost like the first puzzle they did. Like, we should just have one where you can change the time of day, because like it was kind of I like that you worked out pretty quickly what you had to do, and you were still just like, I'm just going to play a little bit longer with the day-night cycle. That's so beautiful, and but yeah, that's like that was a new mechanic that gets introduced, and then kind of leads on to other puzzles. I like this. I like the kind of celestial mystery of things. What's going on? Why has this place been built? Like, why are these puzzles here? I love that about this game. It's really mysterious.
As you probably mentioned, so the shout that you're seeing me do with triangle, I did ask Tequila Works about this and like why we have the shout ability, and they wouldn't tell me that, like, why we have a magic voice. They refused to tell me.
Right, okay, well that's very interesting. And Hollie, I've just noticed that there's the red dude. He was at the top of the stairs there. I don't know if you noticed that. I didn't notice that. I've seen this video several times. I've not spotted him. It's something I'm going to come on to. I wanted to point out about red being an interesting colour and important. What I wanted to talk about in this bit was how this is the sort of first time we maybe get a little hint at the story. This bit of art is revealed, and I'm guessing that's the boy on the right. Maybe a parent on the left.
Yeah, again, no words in this game. So this is how it's going to be storytelling. And I just thought it was so beautiful, and it wasn't invasive, and it wasn't in my face. The game's sort of saying, like, if you just want a puzzle game, have a puzzle game. But you know what? Just open your eyes to the world. It's all there for you.
Well, the story's a puzzle, isn't it? It's interesting. You're sort of puzzling it out. You're interpreting the images that you see. We were talking about mysteries, like, I love that the bird steals the ball from the puzzle and changes the time of day in the world, which has an actual gameplay effect. That's just amazing. It's so cool. We should probably mention this game has no combat. Yes, that's a very good point. Yeah. So the boy doesn't have any kind of way of battling anything. No. And this is the first time we really sort of see a creature in the game, and it's a massive, angry bird.
It's an arsehole.
Well, your words, not mine. But yeah, I think you might be right. And that introduces a new mechanic. So in this part of the game, you had to be dodging, you had to be hiding, didn't you, under structures to escape this bird. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you were running around, like, you had like 4 or 5 seconds to like make it to the next safe zone, otherwise the bird would come and get you. And then in this world, so this is the second world, it's like a desert. It's a really bleak but still incredibly well designed land. But you can see now, using the cave paintings, we're starting to figure out, okay, how do we take down the bird? Because we can't fight the bird.
Exactly. And again, like, nothing is completely sort of made clear to you. There's a bit of interpretation, cave paintings and things. I don't know what this is, what's really happening, but I just absolutely love it. I love that there's something being kept inside that is desperate to escape, that changes the whole world. The bird, when it stole that ball from that puzzle, it made the world burning hot, and now you've unleashed some sort of cloud that affects the whole world again and makes it into a very sort of bleak, grey, overcast place.
But you can see there's like 3 towers, so where the other towers are still sort of bathed in the sunlight and give this really sort of dark tone to the world.
Yeah.
Which apparently this whole game is based off a dream that someone had.
That's amazing. I'm not surprised because it is very dreamy. Who are these characters who turned up?
They wouldn't tell me who they were, but and this is how that voice mechanic works. As we press triangle now, instead of like the shout that we do, it's a very gentle hey.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously scared of us. Like, you'd think they'd be the enemy, but you get towards them and they sort of run away, and you try coaxing them in and your voice changes to a very gentle tone. God knows what they are.
And this is sort of the first time you overtly see that red character that I pointed out. Who's the red character? Don't know. And now, I've spotted him a couple of times just watching, just always being sort of at the place I guess you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
No idea who that is. Oh, you love this puzzle, right?
Oh my god. Just this bit. That is the moment where the game stole my heart. Again, it's how that triangle button has changed for the environment it's in. Very Transistor with the hum button, but that was like an invisible maze you had to solve.
That's really cool. And also that's a great shout with Transistor. I love the hum button in Transistor so much. It's so lovely. And this is like a sort of just dream. I just put this in because I was thinking about the colour red, and this is a kind of weird dream, maybe a hint at the story. At first I thought this was just like some random flag, but then I realised it's actually the boy's cape that he's been wearing in the rest of the game. Where is he? It's like in this desert world. There's a beached ship. The whole planet's turned to sand, and then what happens at the end? I just love the mystery.
Yeah, and I think that's why I find Rime so appealing. It was just this beautiful world, and I had to discover it, and it wasn't really linear either in what it was trying to tell me, and I enjoyed just having the mystery.
Absolutely,
and the beauty.
What a beautiful game. I'm so excited that we finally got to have hands-on with Rime. Well, you did, since it was announced at Gamescom long ago. I remember being really, really excited, blown away then, and it's really come through, and it's just looking absolutely incredible now.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I want the soundtrack on vinyl as well. I've already requested it.
Yeah, I will definitely grab a copy too. The sound is absolutely amazing, which is important when there's no dialogue. So thank you very much for watching this video about Rime. Let us know in the comments how you think it's shaping up, and any other influences you can see there, any idea about what might be going on in the story. Thank you very much, Hollie, for playing, although I'm actually incredibly jealous. Please do like this video if you liked it, and do subscribe so you don't miss anything else from the world of PlayStation.